Just a couple of years ago, the US government officially acknowledged that it has information regarding multiple unexplained UFO sightings. Videos from these incidents are freely available online and were mostly captured by fighter jets conducting routine training missions. In these recordings, objects can be seen moving at speeds and along trajectories that cannot be replicated by any human-available propulsion technology. Since the release of this information and the associated videos, society has been actively debating the possibility of extraterrestrial life, with an increasing number of people believing not only in their existence but also speculating that they might already be among us. One of the most famous and controversial UFO sightings actually occurred more than 70 years ago, known as the Roswell incident of 1947. Let's take a step back to the summer of 1947, when in the desert state of New Mexico, near the small town of Roswell, a farmer named Mac Brazel stumbled upon debris scattered across several acres of his field. The wreckage consisted of strange materials, including foil-like metal, rubber, and wooden beams. Initially unaware of its significance, Brazel did not report the discovery to authorities immediately. However, during a visit to his uncle, he learned about recent reports in the local press describing mysterious flying objects being sighted in the area. After hearing this, Brazel decided to contact the local sheriff, George Wilkerson, who then informed the nearby Roswell Army Airfield. In response, a specialized military unit was dispatched to the site, where they meticulously collected all remnants of the debris. These fragments were subsequently transported to Fort Worth Army Airfield in Texas for further analysis. What happened next added layers of intrigue to the story. Just days after the incident, the public information officer at Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release stating, "Many rumors of flying discs have turned into reality." Yesterday, the Intelligence Department of the 8th Air Force's 509th Bombardment Group, in collaboration with a local rancher, successfully recovered a flying disc near Roswell. The object had crashed on a ranch sometime earlier that week. Since the rancher lacked telephone access, he stored the disc until he could contact the sheriff's office, which then alerted Major Jesse A. Marcel of the 509th Bombardment Group's intelligence office. It later emerged that weeks before the incident, U.S. military personnel stationed at nearby bases had launched dozens of high-altitude balloons equipped with specialized instruments designed to detect Soviet atomic bomb tests. Because this program, codenamed Project Mogul, was classified, the initial story about a flying saucer and subsequent mention of a weather balloon were likely cover-ups intended to obscure the true nature of the debris. Public interest in the Roswell incident waned until the late 1970s, when ufologist Stanton Friedman interviewed retired Lieutenant Colonel Jesse Marcel, the very same military officer tasked with investigating the crash site in 1947. According to Marcel, he doubted that the debris originated from a mere weather balloon. Instead, he believed it likely came from an extraterrestrial spacecraft. In a 1980 interview, Marcel recalled his experience with the following words: "The press wanted comments from me, but I wasn't allowed to say anything. All I could do was keep quiet." General Ramey was the one who addressed the press, telling newspapers that it was nothing more than a weather balloon and that everyone should forget about it. Of course, we both knew that wasn't true. By the 1970s, new claims began emerging, suggesting that alien bodies had also been recovered alongside the wreckage. Allegedly, some of these remains were relatively well preserved and taken to the hospital at Roswell Army Airfield. Descriptions of the alleged extraterrestrial corpses included features now commonly associated with aliens: large heads, prominent eyes, small stature, and thin limbs. While no verified photographs of these bodies exist, numerous illustrations depicting their supposed appearance can be found online through a simple Google search. To this day, the U.S. military maintains that the Roswell incident and many other UFO sightings throughout history are tied to Project Mogul, a top-secret military operation aimed at detecting Soviet nuclear tests using acoustic sensors attached to high-altitude balloons. Dozens of these balloons were launched into the stratosphere during the late 1940s, each carrying equipment designed to measure the power and characteristics of distant explosions. Are we alone? The question remains open. Despite decades of investigation, debate, and countless theories, the question of whether extraterrestrial life exists and if they've visited Earth remains unanswered. For now, the Roswell incident continues to captivate the imagination of millions around the world, fueling both scientific inquiry and speculative fiction. If you enjoyed this exploration of one of history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like this video, and we'll see you again.